Higher Ground series. We have a very exciting guest with us today, my colleague Adi Steiner. Thank you so much for being with us, Adi.
Thank you for having me.
So Adi has actually been with the business for about just under 8 years, and she specialized in generalist recruitment for over 3 years, and has been doing our talent mapping and research for over 4 years now. So we are going to be learning more about talent mapping today and really helping educate our audience, including our clients and our candidates, of course. But Adi, before we kick off with some really cool questions, we'd love for you to share a little bit around your background. How did you get into recruitment so that our audience can learn more about you?
Sure. So, my name is Adi. I'm born and raised in Johannesburg. After school, I decided to study law and was very dead set on following that path. But shortly after starting my articles, I realized it's absolutely not for me. So that left me kind of searching for my next step, and that's when I found recruitment. And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know whether I was going to like it, and that's what I've been doing ever since. And I've loved it. And yeah, as you said, I started off with generalist recruitment, specialized a little bit in the legal side of it as well, but my focus has been talent mappings.
Brilliant. And that's exactly why we have you with us today, because I think that people just want to understand what talent mapping is. So I think let's start with the basics, Adi. So what exactly is talent mapping, and why should clients care about talent mapping?
Sure. Okay, so talent mapping is a data-driven, research-based deep dive into whatever skill or skill sets one of our clients need.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different types of talent maps and lots of different approaches that I'll get into later, but essentially what it is a far more robust and in-depth recruitment process than normal. So for a normal recruitment process, you'd maybe look at 20 to 30 candidates to engage with, depending on how scarce the skill set is. With the talent map, we're looking at like over 100, sometimes 150 candidates. So the reach is far wider. We're getting a lot more information. We're looking at a lot more candidates than you would for a normal recruitment process.
100%.
And what we are doing in a talent map is we are engaging with as many candidates as we can to not only present talent, but to also get market insights, industry insights, so that our clients can get a full picture of what's happening in the market at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's many different reasons our clients come to us for talent mappings, but some of the most common are for executive talent or very senior talent.
Okay.
The second one is for very scarce or rare talent. That's a great reason. And then the other one is for if you're looking for many of the same. So for example, if you're looking for a number of account managers to join your team, a number of business analysts, a number of specialists, the talent mapping is a great option.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the part about the rare niche sort of skill set, because a lot of the talent in our country, unfortunately, is being poached, for international companies. They're moving for better lifestyles, whatever it might be. So sometimes it's incredibly difficult to find a very specific person, and that's why talent mapping makes so much sense. Yeah. But again, bulk recruitment, evergreen recruitment, you're looking for account managers throughout the year, you've got that pipeline.
100%.
I love that, Adi. That is absolutely perfect. So, in your view, what's the biggest hidden advantage companies get when they invest in talent mapping beyond just the names and that big list of 150 candidates?
So there are many advantages to talent mapping. It's quite hard to think of just one or mention just one. But I think the biggest one is that we really try to be as strategic as possible in our approach to our talent mappings, so that we give our clients exactly what they're looking for. We solve whatever problem, we fill whatever need they are looking for. How we do this is we work in a team. It's not just me, not just one person.
Yeah.
We pull on each other's strengths. So we get together, we research, we strategize, we discuss, we talk more about what is the most effective, comprehensive way that we can get our clients this information, this need, this talent.
Yeah.
So I think that is really one of the skills. It's a team behind. It's not just one person.
Yeah.
And we work very, very closely with our clients to make sure that we are on track to fulfill that need.
Absolutely. And like you said, we're not a one-man show. We are a massive team, and we all have different areas of expertise and different backgrounds, whether that be corporate or agency, and it's leaning on everyone's skills in terms of what are these people called in the market, where are they sitting, etc. So, and again, I think that biggest advantage is you have this data, you have this pipeline of skill that you can lean on every time you're looking to hire.
And I think what is also great about it is it's not just the data. We're not just giving you a list of names. We're giving you insights that go with it. We've given you inside scoop, if you may, from speaking to candidates. Like, what are candidates really thinking? What are their real opinions? What are the barriers to entry? All of that stuff. So it's as comprehensive as could possibly be.
You're so right on that part, Adi, because if I look at tech, I know developers want remote work. So when you're chatting to specific skills, they are giving you insights to what is sexy. Is it the banks? Is it fintech? Is it whatever it might be? So you're absolutely right on the insights piece. That's brilliant. And then we often say talent mapping is a secret weapon for smart or smarter recruitment. What makes the Red Eye approach different from what others offer in this industry?
So I would say there are two main things about our approach that make it amazing.
Yeah.
The first one is we've structured talent mappings in a way that is flexible. So it's not a one shoe fits all type of thing. We can shift and adapt the talent mapping process depending on what our client's specific need or goal is.
Okay.
So we structure it differently every single time, which is really amazing because it's bespoke, 100% bespoke.
Yeah.
So whether you're looking for pipelining talent, succession planning, whether you're looking global talent, we can bring that all in. We can shift the process to make sure that it's 100% aligned to what our client wants.
Yeah.
The second part that I think makes our approach really, really good is that we love collaboration. Collaboration with our clients and internally, but with our client.
Yes.
We want to be touching base all the time. We want to be chatting all the time. It's not a case of you give us the brief, we go off for 6 weeks, 2 months work, and then send you this presentation. That's not at all how it works.
Okay.
We like to be in contact with our client all the time, making sure we're on the right track. What are the changes? Whatever it may be, getting their input, their insights. So I think those are the two main things: the fact that it's bespoke and collaborative.
I love that. And again, I think it really speaks to our values as an organization. We build relationships, trusted relationships with our clients, with our candidates. And businesses change almost every time. So I think it's so important to touch base, to be in touch, and make sure that the requirements are always aligned and nothing has really changed or the goalpost hasn't moved as such.
Exactly.
Perfect. So can you walk us through what the talent mapping process looks like from start to finish and how we can keep sharp, relevant, and actionable? And going back to the point of like, this can take 6 weeks. So how does that actually look? All the different touch points.
Sure. Okay, so no matter what kind of approach or anything that we take, the first step in a talent mapping process, which is arguably the most important, is a full and detailed briefing with the client. We cannot do a talent mapping without a full and detailed briefing. It's just a no-go. There's no way we're going to be able to get you what you want without that investment from our client. So we like to an hour, even longer briefing where we chat to all the key stakeholders. We get a really good understanding of what's happening in the business, why they come to us, where has this need arisen from, what are you looking for, what are your timelines, what are the challenges you face so far, so that we have all the information that we have to come up with the best approach. So that is step number one.
Okay.
Step number two is what I would call the research phase. Okay. So that is when our team go back, we strategize, we discuss, we talk about what is the best way to fulfill this need to get our clients what they want. So we will come up with a plan of action, a plan B, and we'll essentially go back to our clients, present this, and get their green lights and whether they like it. Now, this is when what I call the engagement phase starts, and this is going to differ depending on the type of talent map or what the client needs. So sometimes it can be 6 weeks. We can do everything we can to make it shorter if need be. Sometimes it goes on longer. It's very, very dependent. But essentially in this stage, what we're doing, we're engaging with candidates. We're researching market insights. We're chatting to the candidates about not only if they're interested in our clients or interested in this particular role, but again, about the broader insights. What are they seeing in the industry? What are their challenges? What are they liking, not liking? As you said, what are the sexy companies? What are the sexy industries? All of that, to get all of that information. And during this time, what we find really useful is literally weekly catch-up meetings with the clients.
Brilliant.
So we will then discuss the work we've done over the past week, present what we've done, give them an update, what we've achieved, what we're struggling with, and then discuss the plan of action for the next week and get their green light.
Okay.
This is really important because, as you said, sometimes the goalposts change, and we need to make sure that we are still aligned. The other thing is we don't want to get the brief, go and work for 6 weeks and realize at the end that we've completely missed the mark, or there's been a misunderstanding, or something's happened. You never know. So keeping that constant communication is really, really important with our clients, and we kind of keep that up throughout the process. Sometimes we can get to it in shorter, but normally it's between 6 and 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we come to what I call the presentation phase, or the end of the talent mapping process,
Okay.
where we've spoken to all the candidates that we feel we can speak to, we've reached out to the market, we've compiled the data, we've put it together, and we present that to our
That
clients.
must be your favorite part.
It is. It is. It is. It's really, really satisfying to see everything come together and like closing all the loops, and it's a really great feeling. We present that to our clients, and then essentially they can do whatever they want with that. They can show it to senior leadership. They can use it for future recruitment. They can whatever they feel they need to do, they can use that. But more often than not, our relationship doesn't end at that presentation stage, because there may be interviews still going from some of the candidates that we've presented. They may want further information after the presentation. We don't just cut that relationship or that process then and there. Obviously, we want to maintain the relationship. So we will do whatever we need to do afterwards, obviously within reason. But we keep that relationship going. Doesn't end there. Again, different with every single process that we do.
Absolutely. I love that kind of insight. And again, the client can actually use that for, making executive decisions, really looking at the talent as a whole within the country, and putting in the certain motivations to get the relevant people on board within a certain time frame, and what that costing is going to look like as well. So I think that's really important. So basically, for any business leader listening right now, and we'll just hire when we need someone, what would you say to that? Instead of, your biggest thing is, why is talent the most important thing, as opposed to when the need comes up, we'll hire in that moment. What would you say to a business leader?
So if there's one thing I've learned in my time in recruitment, is that the most important decision a business leader makes is who he brings on to work in his team. That is make or break. That's not a decision you want to leave up to chance. You want to be proactive about something like that, not reactive.
Yes.
Especially if there's, a really key skill in your business. You want to make sure that you have a pipeline of talent who have those skills. If there's a key person who's reaching close to retirement, you don't want to wait until they have. You want to make sure that you have a pipeline of talent, so that when the need arises, there's potential candidates that you can speak to. The problem with leaving it until you need it is that often you'll find yourself on the back foot.
Yes.
Recruitment processes take longer than people think, and there can be a lot of speed bumps and it doesn't always go the way you want. So you're going to waste time by not having a talent pipeline, by not having a succession plan, all of that, which talent mapping helps you with. And if you have those things, then when the need arises, you already have first few steps already done for you.
Names that you
already
can
done.
start reaching out
Saving
to.
time, saving money, saving everything.
Absolutely, because again, the cost of an empty seat is way more expensive than not having that person on board, having that pipeline, having the relationships with those key recruitment agencies where you can just get the process going as quick as possible. So Adi, thank you for that incredible insight around talent mappings. And if this is, of course, something that is really of interest to you, please get in touch. But we'd love to hear from you. Drop some comments, let us know what you think. Let us also know what you found most valuable about the conversation. And so we look forward to hearing from you. And so Adi, thank you again for being on our podcast today.
You.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye.